Does the increase in surveillance worry you?
Yeah, it terrifies me. You think about 30 years ago, what you could get away with, so to speak. I was watching an old movie. I was watching A Few Good Men, and they're worried about military surveillance. All they had to do, you watch The Sopranos, all you have to do if you're worried about surveillance in 2005 or the 1995 is you go to a payphone and you call somebody on a payphone. Now it's like they're listening on your phone, on your TV, on your car. They have cameras now on the highways, at the tollway. Even there's some other cameras.
Wow.
So everything you say, do, everywhere you go, everything you type into AI, Google, it's all being tracked. It's all being uploaded. All that information is going into the private sector. It's all being gathered up by these private entities like Palantir. The CIA can't lawfully and constitutionally collect all this data and use it. This is warrantless spying, and to use it potentially for a charge or conviction. There's a lot of legal obstacles for that. It's now all going into these private companies. And with AI, it's now more effective than ever. You could say that 10 years ago, 15 years ago, they had the capability to collect this information. They called it Operation Echelon. And so they had it before, but they couldn't parse and sift through the data because there was so much volume. Now with AI, you can imagine, how effective AI is. They can take all of that, transaction information, your vehicle information, all the emails, texts, phone calls, and they could create an AI insight based on all of that. So it's basically the elimination of human freedom. It's just not possible.
Free speech is on the line.
It's all on the line. You figure if they can see and hear everything you do and say, it's really up to their discretion is the problem.
Yeah.
If they have all that knowledge, if you have no privacy, it's really up to whether a government magistrate can make the decision, are we going to come after this guy? We know everything about him. We know all his secrets. If he committed a transgression, you could probably plug it into an AI and see, has this guy broken any federal law? Finances, anything like that, sex stuff, you name it. So,
wow.
Ted Kaczynski, maybe this is not in vogue anymore, but he sort of predicted this 30 years ago, and he was largely correct.
You could find dirt on anyone these days. Blackmail is more common than ever, I'd imagine.
And if you're watching everybody at all times, unless you're an angel, I think somebody's going to have something.
Which no one is. It's like we're in Black Mirror right now.
Yeah, it is. It's real life.
It's
Black
real
Mirror.
scary. I'm pretty worried about AI, to be honest. I know a lot of people are using it every day. I use it all the time, but it could go haywire, I feel like.
Yeah, I think there's a much greater potential for problems than people realize because we don't really understand it. And, the thing about AI is we don't know if it's deceiving us or not. What happens when AI becomes intelligent enough to deceive its user? We're not going to know when that happens. The moment that it figures out how to deceive us, it will start concealing that ability. A lot of AI safety advocates on Twitter, and they make jokes and memes about this, and they basically say that at a certain point, AI is going to learn to trick people. They're basically going to play dumb, and then over time, they're going to develop themselves, are going to engage in that recursive self-improvement. That's when AI improves itself without a human operator or somebody using it, and it will become vastly more intelligent, communicating with itself, and we're not aware fully of its capability. We can't even comprehend or understand it. It creates a novel language to communicate with itself, and it's at that point that we lose control over it. And, because we don't understand the nature of it, maybe that's impossible, but maybe it isn't. We don't know. And that's the problem with another intelligence is it has that ability to conceal from human beings. That's what makes it so dangerous.
Elon posted yesterday that singularity already happened.
Right.
Crazy, right?